This camera has been all but forgotten by YouTube, and maybe there's a reason for that, but I'm a guy that loves Fujifilm cameras, and if a great deal comes up on Facebook Marketplace, there is no stopping me. I picked up this camera along with 2 extra lenses last week for $300. Yep, I got $1,000 worth of gear for just 3 big ones. There is a catch, but we'll get to that later. So then, what is this Fujifilm X-T100 like? Should you get one? Well, I've got some early thoughts for you. Build quality and feel are pretty good, I guess. To me, this feels like an XT1 that has had all of its materials downgraded. It still has the lovely shape of the XT line cameras, but many of the touch points like dials and grips just feel a little bit plasticky and cheap. Surprisingly to me though, many of the body parts on this camera do actually feel like metal, giving this camera a sort of premium vibe to it, but that illusion is quickly shattered, at least on my camera, when I press this button right here, because it squeezes this part of the chassis and it just makes a terrible creaking sound, and the structural integrity doesn't quite feel there. Around this battery door, you can literally feel the body like flexing, so yeah, it's not built like a rock like some of the XT1s, XT2s out there. It has very slow operations. To me, operating this camera kind of feels like you're using a base Intel chip from 2018, you know, something like a Celeron. Like, sometimes it'll get the job done and it'll be snappy enough, but then every once in a while it'll just lag behind in a way that something like this XT1 from 2014 just won't. So it's a bit of an annoyance, but it's something that I'm used to with a lot of my older budget gear, so it's something that I personally am fine with working around. But hey, this isn't my professional workhorse, so your mileage may vary. It is pleasantly small. I mean, check this thing out next to the XT1. Okay, yeah, maybe it's not that different, but in hand, you can definitely tell that this is a well-packaged little machine that is just going to fit in your daily bag that much easier and give you that nice special vibe that a small camera does. There's something special about these little mirrorless cameras, and that is especially true when you have one of Fujifilm's classic designs. It is designed very well. The pictures and reviews I saw online just didn't do this thing justice. There's something beautiful about how it takes the XT1 or XT2 design and just simplifies it that much more. And yeah, I guess it's a budget-conscious looking design, but to me it's also just classically simple and elegant. I love how this camera looks, and I would just plop it over on my desk and look at it all day if it weren't for one major issue. It reeks of cigarette smoke. You see, this is the catch that I mentioned earlier. In fact, all the gear that I bought from this seller smells very bad. I don't know how you feel about this, but I hate cigarette smell, especially since I have severe asthma. I've been working on trying to pull that smell out of these cameras, but it's a process. And also I should mention, this is localized to my camera. Not all XT100s smell like cigarettes, but I mention this just to show the reality of buying used gear. It had an SD card read issue, but I was able to fix this with a piece of tape. Let me know if you're having that issue too, and if you want to see a short on how to fix it. Small lenses work great with this body, but larger ones, yeah, you're gonna have to trust me on this. You don't want to use a 300mm prime on this body. And if you absolutely must use a lens like this, maybe you're taking photos of birds, do not hold it by just the body. Definitely have a hand to support the lens, because you do not want that lens mount to just snap off. One of the big reasons this combo just simply doesn't work is there is literally no grip on this camera. And yeah, I think some of them came with like a little add-on grip, but it only adds about that much to it, and it's not gonna work. The other reason this kind of combo just simply doesn't work is this camera is super light, and lenses like this are super heavy. To me, the setup kind of feels like I put a camera on a lens rather than a lens on a camera. It's totally backwards. Smaller lenses are just gonna feel so much better and so much more at home on this body, so just be aware of that. So then, with all that in mind, this is a pretty mid camera, isn't it? Well, sure, yeah, it's kind of mid, but that's also partly why I bought it. I want to experience what Fujifilm thought entry-level shooters would buy back in 2018. In reality, most people are probably better off with a different camera, especially when you see how much these are going for on eBay today. But if you can snag up an insane deal like I did, then suddenly the prestige of more expensive cameras and the allure of better build quality just kind of fade away. And what you're left with here is an interesting small Fujifilm JPEG monster that's worth exploring. I'm not making this series to sell you a forgotten camera. I'm making it to prove you don't have to follow the hype. Fujifilm X-T100